Welcome, welcome, everyone. I got something for you. I just came up with this new phrase because, I do that. And, ladies and gentlemen, I am a private common law attorney. I love that right there. Private common law attorney. Let's find out what the system has to say on what the phrase private private law attorney, private common law attorney under private contract. Hold on now. Watch this. All contracts, power of attorneys, those are contracts. All contracts for an attorney is a common law attorney. Power of attorney makes you the attorney in fact. The courts don't get to determine that. The state doesn't get to determine that. The government doesn't get to determine that. That is right. You can appoint anyone as your agent. If you want to appoint your dog as your agent, the only thing that's prohibiting the dog from operating as your agent in all instances is that he's not competent to stand trial. Can't answer questions. He can only obey. So that's the only catch 22 with that one. I know some of y'all thinking it. But hold on, let's ask the question. Wake up. Wake up. A private common law attorney operating under contract. Comma. Can you explain this, please? Question mark. Stop listening. Sorry. It's not going to be a surprise to it. Before it was a surprise and it just answered the question. And so what I did is I can't give you guys the link to this. Oh, does it let me share? Yeah, it does let me share. This one lets me share. The other one doesn't. The other one is free and it doesn't. So let's go ahead and see if we can understand this private law power of attorney. As a private common law attorney operating under contract, I can explain the concept in detail. What is a private common law attorney? A private common law attorney is an individual who practices law under the principles of common law rather than under the authority of a government issued license or bar association. This means that they operate outside the traditional legal system, which is often governed by statutory law and regulations. That's right, because you have a common law right to practice law. I've been yelling this and screaming this for years. It just was today I decided to just go ahead and tell it to the people. What is a common law contract? Well, a common law contract is a contract that is based on the principles of common law rather than on statutes and regulations. It is a contract that is enforceable by law, and it is based on the principles of justice, fairness, and reason. Why? Because the right to contract is absolute. No one can impede your right to contract or the obligations under the contract. As a private common law attorney, I operate under common law contract with my clients. That's a limited power of attorney, ladies and gentlemen. This contract is a binding agreement between me and my clients, and it outlines the terms and conditions of my representation. The contract is based on the principles of common law and is enforceable by law. Here are the key principles and points of this right. Autonomy. I am not bound by the rules and regulations of the traditional legal system. Instead, I am guided by the principles of common law and the terms of the contract with the clients. That's why it includes an arbitration clause. Only the arbitrator gets to make a determination. Anyway, flexibility. I have more flexibility on how I practice law, and I am not bound by the same rules and regulations as traditional attorneys. This is not just a statement, it is the fact. See, attorneys are under the Bar Association. They're under contract. And then they have to be admitted to the courts bar, another contract. I have a contract with my client. There is no law requiring me to contract with the court. Common law principles. My practice is guided by the principles of common law, including justice, fairness, and reason. Implications, blah, 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 increased flexibility, client, blah, 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 case law and statutes. The case establishes the principle of judicial review, which allows the courts to review constitutionality of laws and government actions. That's not a relevant case. Then you have Erie Revel versus Tompkins. This case establishes the principle of federalism, which allows states to regulate certain areas of the law. Nope, Erie Revel versus Tompkins doesn't do that. It says there's no federal common law. Lechner versus New York. This case establishes the principle of substantive due process, which protects an individual rights and liberties. Okay, so I can't use this one. Why? Because those case laws are not respecting the conversation. They are respecting something else. Didn't ask it for that junk. But anyway, you guys will get this. I'll put the link, shorten it, put the link in the title. Copy and paste it. Hey, I gotta go. Y'all take care. Don't say I ain't never did nothing for y'all.